In this video, I will briefly discuss the rap feuds Drake has arguably won. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Despite what people have to say about Drake, he hasn't been shy when it comes to lyrically sparring with his peers. There's a laundry list of rappers who he has went bar for bar with. But in this video, I will be mentioning the rap feuds where I think he came out on top, where he undeniably got the W. First, I will start with Common. I'm not 100% sure how and why this beef started. From what I've observed, I heard it was over Serena Williams. So I guess there might have been a love triangle between Common, Serena and Drake. I think Common may have been with Serena at the time, or they had gone separate ways, and then Drake might have stepped in the picture. I'm not 100% sure. If that is true, this might have led Common to drop Sweet, where he indirectly took aim at Drake. And of course, what would shortly follow after that record would be the street anthem, Stay Schemin'. Drake came out swinging right out the gate. He insinuates that Common is going at him merely to try and sell records. There's so many quotables in this song, it is pretty much a classic. And these bars right here was just the icing on the cake. The finish line, run into you punchline was a great bar. This song pretty much lived in a club, which was Drake's intention. And Common's response didn't really move the needle, but that's just my personal opinion. The second rapper who I think Drake bested in their feud was Tyga. Now, this wasn't a big feud, but I still think it's worth mentioning. Tyga had some words for Drake in an interview he did with Vibe, and Drake would later return some words back on a timestamp record called 6 PM in New York. He raps these bars, and this was pertaining Tyga and Kylie Jenner's relationship at the time. People had a problem with the age gap, and Drake was able to kind of step on Tyga by conflating what Tyga had said about him in his Vibe interview and his controversial relationship with Kylie Jenner at the time. And I believe that was the end of that feud. The third rapper I believe Drake was able to vanquish in their feud was Meek Mill. Now, I don't have to go into detail of how this beef materialized. I think most hip-hop rap fans know. Charged Up and Back to Back were both great records that showed that Drake can lyrically spar if he needs to. Charged Up was just mere bait. Drake said in his interview with DJ Semtex that the song was to see where Meek was at, kind of like a warm-up. He wanted to see what Meek would respond with after he dropped Charged Up, but of course Meek wasn't taking things seriously, and Drake dropped what would be Meek's worst nightmare, Back to Back. This song lived in the clubs for quite a while. Just like Stay Schemin', Drake wanted the song to be active in the clubs because that's what hurts the most. That's where these rappers frequent quite often. And yeah, Meek dropped Wanna Know, which was very underwhelming, and Drake would undeniably take the W. The final rapper who I believe Drake bested in their feud was Tory Lanez. I know people label Tory more of a singer than a rapper, but Tory can rap when he wants to. He can definitely hold his own. The whole Drake and Tory feud was kind of like the student trying to overtake the master, and the master kind of had to put the student back in his place. Do Not Disturb, probably the best song on Drake's playlist, More Life, is where I believe Drake dismantled Tory. These couple bars here are so right on the nose and ferocious. Drake acknowledges that Tory is heavily influenced by him, there's just no denying it. He does this dope name flip of calling Tory a Daystar, pretty much saying he's only a star for a day, 24 hours, but Daystar is actually Tory's government name. He also references Tory's debut album, I Told You, and is aware of Tory's admiration of him. So in conclusion, Drake has probably won 4 rap feuds, which is quite a feat. Most rappers couldn't say that. And I know detractors of Drake will say things like, Common wasn't in his prime, Meek was on tour when him and Drake went at it, Tory isn't a real rapper, and Tyga was never known for having bars like that. Those are all valid points to some degree. But with that being said, I still think it's worth acknowledging Drake's W's when it comes to rap, hip-hop, considering he's labelled as a pop star and not really deemed a rapper. If you liked this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.